Hey y'all, I am prepping dinner for tonight. I just wanted to share with you guys what I got going on in here today. We're gonna make beef drip Sammies. This is actually a recipe I've seen on Food Network before. I've just kind of modified it a little bit to our liking, but I'm excited to show you guys. It's so easy. It's one of those meals that I just run to when I know we're gonna have like a busy day, and then the leftovers are great. You can do like tons of different things with the leftovers, from like nachos to leftover sandwiches again to salads. I mean, it's really kind of endless. It's one of those dishes, so I love it. So let me show y'all what we got going on here today. All right, so I got a sirloin tip that I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna be pan frying it up in the butter. I know butter's not like the best choice, but shoot, I love the butter, y'all. I can't help it. So we're gonna salt and pepper that up. I'm gonna turn that heat up to like a medium high, get a real good sear on it before dropping it into the crock pot. And I'm gonna throw in these lovely things. We got garlic, 4 cloves garlic. I don't know, a few sprigs of thyme. I'm gonna chop those up before I throw them into the crock pot. It's such a hearty herb. You can throw it in there all day and not worry about it. I just love thyme so much. Anyway, so we're just gonna break them open a little bit, release those flavors, drop them in there. Gonna do about a half a yellow onion, just sliced up, salt, pepper, and a whole jar, maybe 3/4 of a jar of jalapenos. And the juice is gonna go into 4 cups of water with the beef in there. I know 4 cups of water kind of sounds like a lot. Trust me on it though, guys. I'm gonna serve them up on hoagies for everybody, and then I'll probably do lettuce wraps for myself or a salad. All right, so we got this chunk of beef seasoned up. So one thing, whenever I give my recipes out to people, a lot of times they're like, oh, it doesn't taste the same. You know what? A lot of people are so afraid of salt and pepper. Don't be afraid of the salt and pepper. Look at this bad boy. That is loaded with salt and pepper. I think it is greatly underestimated how much seasoning to use. Anyway, so I got about, 2 tablespoons of butter melted down here now, sizzling, ready to go. We're gonna sear this meat, get it thrown down in there, just enough to sear it before we drop it in the crock pot. Then we're gonna throw down the onions and the garlic in the pan and get up all that yumminess over the onions and garlic before we put them in the crock pot, okay? All right, y'all, 2 more tablespoons of butter, the sliced onion, the 4 cloves of garlic, we got them cut up. I'm gonna scrape all this goodness off the bottom of the pan, get it all layering up. You hear my daughter back there? She's like, yeah, yeah. And guess what? 1 more layer of some salt and pepper right on top. That onion and garlic, again, like a pretty good dosing, guys. Don't be afraid of it. I'm gonna go grab that pepper. It's fresh ground, so I can't do that while I'm recording, but we're gonna brown this all up and then it's going in the crock pot. Look at that beautiful color, guys. Oh my God, if only you guys could smell it. It smells amazing. So all that coloring comes from hitting the pan, getting all those brown bits up. The onions are softening some, the garlic is softening, so I'm gonna take about half a cup of hot water right on in there, and it's gonna allow us to get the rest of all the seared portion off the bottom, and then it's all going right on top, the roast in the crock pot. Okay, so now we got our meat in there. I went ahead, threw the thyme down in there, that onion, garlic, butter mixture from the pan, about 3/4 jar jalapeno with the juice, and some extra salt and pepper. We're gonna let that go all day on low for 6 to 8 hours. As with anything crock pot, the longer the better. It's gonna get real tender and shred apart, which is what we're looking for. Okay, so to make these sandwiches extra delicious, I'm gonna caramelize these onions down with some thyme, salt, and pepper. I got 3 tablespoons of butter here, guys. I told you this is not exactly the healthiest dish out there. But I'm gonna melt that butter down. I'm gonna slice these onions up real thin. The whole process takes about 45 minutes. You want it low and slow so they don't burn. And all that sweetness from those onions is gonna come out and really play off the spiciness of the meat real good. So, all right, I just put that on a low heat. I got it set on like a 3 on the electric stove here. So I'm gonna cut these things up and I'll show you all once they get going. Okay, so 2 big onions may have seemed like a lot, but trust me, as it cooks down, it's gonna wilt away. It's just like spinach. you really need the 2 full onions. So what did I do? I melted down those 3 tablespoons of butter, added some salt, pepper, and some fresh thyme leaves. So we're gonna let that go like 45 minutes. Stir it every 2 to 3 minutes. Like I said, low and slow. And they're gonna caramelize right on down and be delicious, I promise you guys. All right, here we are an hour later. Look at 2 big ol' onions. That's what we got left. That's gonna be just enough. Nice and brown. Over here, I took some hoagies, cut them in half, put some butter on the top, provolone cheese on the bottom. I'm gonna throw those in the oven for a couple minutes, let the cheese melt, and then we're gonna build our sandwiches. All right, y'all, here we have the finished product. Got that hoagie with some melted provolone cheese. I take the jalapenos out of the crock pot that it's been cooking with all day. Put those in on there. They're nice and soft and juicy. Then we got our caramelized onions on top and a side of the liquid from the crock pot. You can serve this with potato salad, french fries, baked beans, whatever you want. I know that y'all are gonna love it. Nice and spicy, nice and delicious.